Two streams in one day. Two streams in one day. The first one was the preview, and this one is the review for Liverpool versus Ajax. It's the Football Power Hour. It's an exciting time. It's an exciting time because, we're just watching the games that are available. Obviously, Manchester. Obviously, my team is not playing in the Champions League, so it's Tuesday night. So I have to watch something. So, but big shout out to Jurgen Klopp and his boys for figuring out something because they needed this W. That's for real. So big shout out to you. I'll just give you the flowers right there and I'll just say, you know what, Jurgen? Yo, you needed this win. You needed. If anybody in the world needed the win, it was Jurgen Klopp. And you know what? He got the win. But Jurgen Klopp, and Liverpool fans, I got something to tell you. This is just a little band-aid to some serious cracks. This is just a little stopgap to something that's systematically messed up. And Klopp and Liverpool fans, the solution is right here. Call this number, +1 800 ORIGI. That's the toll-free number that y'all gonna need, because that one noodles ain't gonna cut it. Right here. I'm gonna keep it right here. Because you know what? We ain't digital yet. The channel hasn't gone digital. So, we're gonna stay right there and make sure you see it, because you're gonna need it. You're gonna need to figure out a way to, because what's Darwin's for real, what's Nunes' role now? Is he the new Fellaini? What it's a serious question, Liverpool fans. It's like right now Liverpool is in a period where they are having to reinvent themselves, and they haven't had to do that in a while. As I just said in the preview, freaking Pep has been reinventing himself. Every season he plays a little different. And why? Why does Pep have to do that? Because he knows some coaches sit down and take notes and figure out how to dissolve a system and figure out how to exploit the weaknesses in a certain pattern of play, a certain type of play. So you know what, Jurgen Klopp, you've been a little bit stagnant in my opinion. And right now you're getting a little bit found out. That's why I'm just going to say, call it out right now, that this win is a little band-aid over some real cracks that are about to show again. They're gonna go on a little win. They're gonna put together a string of wins. That's for sure. But then it's not going, especially having that fraud, that new Pogba, Thiago comes in. Liverpool midfield looks so different when Thiago is there. But how many times is Thiago there? We can pull up the dossier right now, and my goodness, I don't think is somebody to rely on. So, but anyway, let's talk about this game real quick. So we have to say really, really real quick, big shout out to my dog. My dog, you want to sit right here, buddy? Yo, big shout out to you. I was just shouting you out because on the preview, if you watch the preview, we did the little prediction and he predicted the score. I predicted it was going to be a draw. He got the score right. So yeah, buddy. Big shout out to you. You get some points. You get some points for that. Yeah, you gonna get a treat. You gonna get a treat in a little bit. But right now we talking. So we talking how Liverpool when you analyze the game, right? It's sort of like Ajax still playing the same way that Ajax plays, same way that Ten Hag's Ajax used to play, the same way that it's also a little bit of like the superpower and also that downfall. Why? Yo, big shout out to you who's watching right now. We're gonna send you some flowers real quick. but I'm gonna say real quick that Ajax, you remember how they messed up versus Spurs in the Champions League? That's pretty much how they messed up right here. When you are 10 minutes away from a 1 point in the Champions League at Anfield, you have to close the shop. Alex, no, what's his name? Is it Alex Schroeder? The Alfred Schroeder, the Ajax manager. I thought, my man, you would have picked up some chops in Vitesse, because he was at Vitesse for a little bit, working over there. He worked with McLaren a little bit. But you have to figure out a way to be defensive when you need to be and close up shop, because you'd repeat in the same mistake that Patrick Vieira repeated when he should have closed the shop. The man he had the advantage. He was staring right there at 3 points. And he didn't know how to close the shop. He's going to stick to the same way. If you are an astute manager, you have to know how to put different gears. You have to know how to make the substitutions at the right times when you know that, like, hey, we need to switch the game plan right now. There's no point when you're at 80th minute and it's 1-1 and you're at Anfield in a Champions League game. My friend, I don't care who you are. You have to close the shop. Come on now. Anyway, moving on. So it was a boxing match because of the nature of the way the two teams play, right? Ajax, as I said, it's that superpower and also that downfall. They brought the game to Liverpool. They imposed themselves on Liverpool. My goodness, Liverpool. When you analyze it all, obviously Liverpool had the better phases of play. They had more shots on target. They had more final third entries, but the ball was moving from the other side of the pitch to the other side. You can say that the cameraman was working. The cameraman didn't just didn't put a tripod and then was like, all right, let's put it on the Ajax side. And then just like zoom in and zoom. The cameraman was working. That ball was moving from the Ajax box and then into the Liverpool half, and then from there, so the teams were fighting. That was the thing that was so entertaining to watch for me as a neutral. So I just want to give the two teams a big shout out to that, because you know what? That's not always guaranteed. That's not always how teams have to set up. So that was beautiful to watch. And then Jota, it was a little bit invincible, especially in the first half, and I wonder why it took Klopp up until the 65th minute. But what I want to say is, Thiago, man, I'm calling you the Pogba of Liverpool, because when you are in there, it's fluid. Harvey Elliott brings something else that's different. His link-up play is pretty cool. His he obviously does not have a good shot. We saw that shot. He aims the goalkeeper. Matter of fact, all the Liverpool long shots today were aimed at the goalkeeper. Even Thiago's long shot. Like, what is up with that? Can you guys shoot a little bit to the right or to the left of the goalie? And then, put a little bit more power? Harvey Elliott, link up play. That's one of the attributes. Twist, quick turn. Another attribute, but I don't know what else. There's some fluidity in the attacking phases, but you definitely not like Jordan Henderson. When Jordan Henderson is playing, he covers for Trent, because Trent is always on vacation. Everybody knows that. I mean, Ajax knew that. Matter of fact, talking about Trent's vacation, we're going to get to that in a second, but I just want to say Bergwijn also, at the end of the day, I see why you were shipped out of the EPL. But also the other thing is, like, I just gotta give you a little bit of words of acknowledgement in that if you made Matip get a yellow card, you deserve a little bit of credit. He had to make an aggressive decision. He had obviously a very good game because he got the very important needed goal, but also he had at least two shot chances where he could have shot, and he just decides to pass. It's a very interesting question of, like, what do you extrapolate from the game of Matic in terms of, like, applying a life lesson, if ever you want to do that? Because sometimes I do that shit where I'm like, okay, if you're Matip, you have to take the shot when you have the chance, because even the crowd was like yelling shoot. He was yelling shoot. I was yelling shoot from my couch. I was like, Matip, what are you doing? Shoot, and with your left foot. It doesn't matter. Practice. You're on TV. You're a professional player. You're supposed to be able to shoot. Come on now. And he didn't take his shot. But then whatever, he waited for the right time, I guess. But no, I mean that was also an aerial opportunity. So I guess he can also you can make an argument for both sides and be like, no, you have to wait for your chance, and your chance is gonna be an aerial chance. But also I feel like he had the opportunity to force a deflection or shot or something of something. Just test whatever his name is, Remco Pasver, that goalkeeper. He was actually pretty decent in my opinion. He was so calm. He passed the ball to Timber. He passed the ball to Bassi. Anytime he had the opportunity of just being like, "Yo, we're gonna play. We're gonna build up." They built that ball up, and and for a team that's like I was just wondering. I'm like, we gonna need to do some research on this goalkeeper. Maybe he might actually fit. We'll see how Dubravka does actually, because I'm really curious if Dubravka might actually end up being like a long-term solution. We haven't seen him in action yet, but obviously I know that he was brought into the fold for some reason, into the camp for a reason. So let's see him work his way in the Carabao Cup or FA Cup or whatever, like or the Europa League. Let's see, if how he performs, especially with his distribution. But we have to give some flowers to Remco Pasveer, because my goodness, the boy looked natural. The boy was chilling. The boy was doing his thing. He was just doing. The person who actually was a letdown in a lot of the defense, the offensive build up from the back for Ajax was Bassi. Bassi, if you look in Bassi's wallet right now, my friend, you'll find Darwin Nunes, you will find Diego Jota, you will find Bassi's left boot and right boot, because that brother put everything in the wallet and forgot about it. He just literally, like, at one point we're like, I was just feeling like, okay, no, it's because I know his left-footed center back, so it's because he's trying to make these passes with his right. But then he had at least two or three other chances with his left foot, and he still sends the ball to the stands. You're like, bro, what? Other than that, though, the boy had a solid performance. We have to just acknowledge that and say, yo, you definitely raised your value by at least 5 mil. Had freaking had Blind put that chance away, that would have been a totally different game. We'll be talking plus 10, 15 mil, Bussy. We'll be talking something totally different. So big shout out to Basi for putting a decent performance, but obviously has areas that he needs to work on in his gameplay. But he's somebody to look out for. And I saw why we're linked up with Timber. Boy was really nice. Boy was aggressive. He was, man. Timber. We gonna come back, Ajax. We treated Ajax this transfer window the way the Europeans treated Africa back then. And I can say that because I'm from Botswana. And we coming back for you, Ajax. January, we coming. So I just want to also shed some light to Darwin Noodles. Come on, man. 82nd minute. What are you doing, Darwin Noodles? Missing that clear shot of goal is put on a plate for you. How else do you want? Do you want the goal to be put like with a spoon and be like, Darwin, open your mouth now. Here's the goal. Is that what you want? It was put on the plate for you. And he has the audacity to be like, don't clap me because I'm clapping. Darwin, man, it's not looking good, bruv. That's what my man KG would say. It's not looking good. So I I don't know. I don't want to suggest that a lone move is the next move for Darwin Nunes. I don't want to put more momentum into that name, but he definitely. Klopp, that's a question for you, and I'm curious how he figures that out. Will it be the same thing where he's a bit too slow in the integration of Darwin Nunes into the? We saw a little bit of a 4-2-3-1. We got to give him that. It wasn't always 4-3-3 in this game. So Klopp, he's having to really figure out when is the best moment. There's no best moment now because the season has started, and it's gonna be a really, really interesting watch to see how Liverpool's journey unfolds. But anyway, the other point that I wanna shed some light to is, all right, since this channel, we ain't digital yet, you know. Let's just really, really, really examine real quick the homie Trent's role, right? Trent's role, real quick. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, so hold on, buddy. Hold on. We're gonna play later. We're gonna play. You want some dinner? Don't worry. I'm gonna give you a treat in a second. We're talking about Trent right now. Look at Trent. Look at Trent, yo. I'm not, and the part that I want to bring light to is not what everybody else is talking about this pass right here. There's no way of Trent stopping this pass. This pass is fine. Like, you saw that little pause in the highlights. There's no way of predicting because Trent is tucked in. He's trying to cover this attacker right here, but then the pass is made in a wide, like closer to the byline. So what he has to do is make sure that he doesn't switch off. But the brother lets that pass beat him. And then Trent, what you have to learn, my friend, you want to help me tell Trent this? Trent, what you have to learn is anytime you're beat, you have to run quickly to Allison. Run straight to Allison, my friend. That's how Klopp has to talk to him because the moment he switched off, right? And that switching off allows Kudu to freaking turn into the position that he's now sprinting into. Take another look at this, or just watch it on YouTube for yourself. He's running straight into that position where Kudu is tapping the ball straight into where Trent is now like shit. Oh shit. I gotta be over there. Oh damn. They paid me for that. I got a salary. And that boy did not waste that ball. Man, Ghana looking like a team to watch out for in this World Cup. So I just gonna put it out there. But anyway, so Trent, you got some work to do, my man. You got some work to do. You got some figuring out to do because it's, right now, I just feel he should be a number 10 for Liverpool. Sell Jota in January. Sell somebody else. Maybe ship Nunes if he doesn't want to. If that doesn't work, and repurpose Trent, put him in right midfield or put him as a number 10, RCM, and then find a right back who's gonna sit and just protect. Then the problem. Otherwise, I'm like, yo, Liverpool. I'm texting my homie here right after this. I'm gonna be like, yo, that right ain't looking right. Because we all know that's where the roof is leaking. That's one big crack. There's many other cracks. I mean, the Robertson, injury is a big crack. So we hope that the homie Jurgen Klopp figures it out. And I just want to just say, yo, Fabinho, also, you fell asleep in that goal, but I also don't want to just, we have to give, thing is that Liverpool first goal was a long ball, right? And Liverpool, the long ball, I think it went to Diaz flicked it on to Jota then passed it on to Salah, and Salah, got the goal. So, the long ball is it's funny because when we're talking about Eric Ten Hag and analyzing Ten Hag's play, right? Well, I have to bring it to Man U, obviously, because Man U is in my blood, it's in my DNA, motherfucker. But anyway, so the thing is what are you doing, homie? Are you eating something over there? What you doing? All right. Anyway, so the thing is Jurgen Klopp. I mean, what was I saying? I was saying that the Fabinho also fell asleep, in the way they consider that role. And also, yeah, I was circling back the fact that Liverpool scored that goal from a long pass. And then, it's funny how Liverpool, a lot of, so far, a few of my Liverpool friends are like, yo, how come we concede from this? It's so few passes. So few passes. I'm like, yo, you scored from few passes. That was from the Allison right there, hitting a long ball. So what are you talking about? So anyway, but that's just like a topic for another day. But like I just want to just wanted to say was my homie Alfred Schroeder. I thought you were shrewd, Schroeder. Schroeder was shrewd, but Schroeder ain't shrewd. Looks like Schroeder naive. Cause right now, he should have closed that shop. He would have gotten away from Anfield with a point. And now it looks like Ajax is going to be repeating the same mistakes, you know, and Klopp got away with something, but the cracks are going to keep showing. That's my prediction. Don't ask me how. I know. Devils United is like, what's up? Trent will never learn. Trent, yo. Can I tell you something? Trent, he is he's on my fraud list. A fraud watch. He's on fraud watch in my opinion. Like he needs to be repurposed. Klopp is talking about reinvention, and we did not see a reinvention. He just gave a very very rigorous team talk, and then it was like, "Arr, you guys," and then the same cycle. If you just quickly just scroll through the preview for this game, and you'll see like it's the same cycle. Then they just now going off of that Bournemouth. It's sort of like the Bournemouth like spring. This is what just happened, and it happened because the goal really came from Anfield Magic, and it was a draw. And you know what? The cracks are going to keep cracking, and Liverpool is going to sink, and the eras are going to change. But thank you for tuning in, Maisie. Big shout out to you. I also I gotta be in touch with you. I have a question for you, and anyway, but big shout out to you, and big anybody that watches the stream. Go subscribe to Devils United. My homie Miss Maisie is over there killing it, and thank you for watching this. Peace.